Conversations. Conversations is what we encounter on a regular basis. Well, we are human beings and we do whatever line of work you do would involve talking to people unless you live under a rock and you don't communicate with nothing but, I don't know. Well, we gotta get good at it. We gotta get really, really good at it because that conversation essentially is what opens us doors. The conversation how we have to a stranger, you never know who you're talking to. The conversation we might have in an elevator, you don't know who you're talking to. So you could sell yourself by just having a general, authentic conversation. It's just basically who you are and the way you act. The better you get conversations, the better results you get, depending on what you want. If you go around talking to people and just loving on them, having great conversations, and you don't get very angry at it, and you don't get frustrated as much as other people, and you love on people when they just hate on you, even though the conversations you have with them always try degrading you, but you're still loving them. That would open up doors because you're a man of character or you're a woman of character. So essentially, we gotta get very good at conversations because they're the ones that really open up doors for us. You're not gonna. I've never seen someone get something by osmosis. It just happens because it's supposed to happen. No, you gotta go after it, and doors will open because you have persistency. And if you're loving people and you have an amazing conversation, you might be talking to a CEO, you might be talking to a business owner. You don't know. So if you say you're looking for a job, or you just put it insert like I'm looking for a job right now, and you're well dressed and you talk right, and you just have a natural, authentic conversation with that gentleman or with that woman, doors might open for you. You never know. The book of the month for this month that I'm reading is called Crucial Conversations. It's called Crucial Conversations, and it talks about tools for talking when stakes are high, and it's by Granny Patterson and Switzer Macmillan. And essentially, it's a fantastic book because it teaches you how to have better conversations, especially in conversations where it's a bit tense. So I'm gonna read you a bit of a line that really stood out for me, which talks about how when under attack, our heart can take similar sudden and unconscious turn. When faced with pressure and strong opinions, we often stop worrying about the goal of adding to the pool of meaning and start looking for ways to win, punish, or keep the peace. Essentially, what he's trying to say there is that when we have tense out conversations, that we might get a bit aggressive, so we don't add meaning into the conversation itself or the context of the conversation you're talking to. If we're experiencing a dialogue and don't add meaning, you might get bitter, frustrated. When you're under attack or someone's opinion actually starts to threaten you, then you start to get a bit angry and you want to attack. And I'll give you an example. A young gentleman yesterday, he's been constantly talking about my dress code. I'm at university and I dress clean. Casual business, that's what I dress. That's a standard I set for myself. And this young gentleman doesn't really like it, so he keeps commenting on it, keeps commenting. And yesterday, actually, I confronted him about it, and which, in the manner I shouldn't have. So that's why I self-analyze why that happened. Why did I lose my temper a bit? And obviously, it's a constant degradation. Like, he constantly says stuff about my dress code, and I remember, because when I analyzed it, I'm a man of character, so I shouldn't have. But the fact that I reassessed it, it wasn't on him. It's just in that essential time period, I just had a lot of assignments due, and I was trying to manage it in my head, and I'm like, where am I going to get this slot in? And the fact that he came and just started touching my clothes and just saying, look, what are you doing? Like, it's like, get this shit off. And that it triggered it, and I kind of pushed myself. I'm like, look, dude, this is not right. Like, you keep your dress code, I keep my dress code. Stop saying that kind of stuff. And essentially, that's what I said. And obviously, it took me a couple of minutes to understand that what I said was wrong. So, obviously, I went back to him and said, look, I gotta go apologize for my action, but I changed the conversation, the context before it finished to say that, look, just hands on the shoulders and say, this guy's cool. He's cool. Now, regardless of what that does to him, it doesn't really bother me. Essentially, that guy's issue is not with me, it's with him. Like, if he constantly degrades, it's an image of your character. And I've always been told you can measure man's character by what it takes to frustrate him. And the fact that it took that to frustrate me, I gotta reassess my character. So your conversations are very, master the conversations you have and don't get degraded in the conversation. Me and you, I'm learning to sometimes not insert my opinions into a conversation that does not need it. Don't insert an opinion, a forceful opinion that you agree with. Gently do it. Don't forcefully, because once you do that, bang, and it just spreads and people don't want to talk and they're uncomfortable. Now when they walk away from that conversation, they're going to remember your input and how that made them walk and how they're going to think, wow, this guy messed it up. So I finish off, conversations are very important. Maybe go and get this book. This book is fantastic. Maybe I'll turn this way. It's a fantastic book. This is my second time reading it and I'm picking up a lot more than I picked up for the first time. Like, check it out. It's a great book, and it will change your viewpoint on conversations, and it will save you a lot on conversations, especially if you're having conversations with your spouse, your kids, your best friends, your business partners, those people you need around. You need to talk in a manner that keeps that relationship uplifting and supportive. So conversations are important. Get that book if you want, but take care.